Alright, this is Block 3, Progressives in Power, Section 3, Progressive Successes, with the section opening with regulatory commissions. A regulatory commission is a very simple idea. It is government bureaucracy. Government creates a committee or creates a commission, a group of people, and assigns them a specific job. When laws were passed, like the Sherman Antitrust Act, for example, that said, railroads can only charge the same amount for long-haul and short-haul rates or trips, for example. A regulatory commission was put in place to make sure that that rule was followed. People got jobs whose job it was to make sure that entities, whether they're corporate entities or private entities, are following the rules. They're government workers whose job it is to make sure that people are following the laws. If you have a problem with the railroads, for example, you would get in touch with the regulatory commission charged with making sure the railroads were fair, and you'd register a complaint. This is a big part of progressivism. What this is government getting larger to respond to the needs of the modern world. If, for example, laws are passed saying that meat has to be pure, that's a good law. We want our meat to be pure. But somebody has to make sure that the meat is pure. We would not do very well just assuming that meat companies are going to follow the law. So you have regulation and a regulatory commission whose job it is to walk around the meat inspection plants and make sure that the law is being followed. This is one aspect of political progressivism. Another is the city manager plan, or the city commission plan. And I found this great map. Have a look at this map. This is one single it's bigger than a neighborhood. It's a section of Brooklyn on this map. It's a section of Brooklyn in the 1870s. Each of these little sections, and you can tell how small they are. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 blocks by 8 blocks? This is the 14th ward of Brooklyn. And in a spoils system, this 14th ward is run like a little dictatorship by whatever ethnic group happens to be living here. They give out jobs, they set contracts. It becomes a very nice, easy, corrupt system. And if it's like that in the 14th ward and the 3rd election district, it's going to be like that in the 6th ward and the 8th ward and the 15th ward. This is how city political machines were built. The mayor would give out favors to smaller people, who would give out to smaller people, who would give out to smaller people, by the time you got down to the little 14th ward here. And then in thanks for those favors, the people in the 14th ward would make sure that the proper people got elected. The government took care of the neighborhoods took care of the government, and it all worked, and it was all corrupt as hell. Taxpayers lost millions of dollars a year on corruption and fraud and things like that in local governments. This is a beautiful target for the progressives. Their goal is to break these wards and neighborhoods and their little arrangements up by what they called a city manager plan and a commission plan. Instead of having government by these little local ethnic groups with bribes and kickbacks and favors and all of those things that take care of the people who live there, the progressives wanted to bring in urban planners, city managers. It is an obvious example of a belief in technocracy. The people who live in and here's the idea behind it. The people who live in the 14th ward don't know how to govern themselves well enough. They will be governed by technocrats and officials and bureaucrats who, in their educated, scientific point of view, will run their lives with less corruption, less graft, less waste, less fraud, and everybody will be better off for it. Technocracy is profoundly undemocratic. But these city manager plans and commission plans were the wave of the future, the progressive future of science and expertise and experts and technocrats running things for people's own good. Because you can't improve yourself until the society around you is improved. You see these common strands flowing through progressivism in all of its parts. And city manager plans, regulatory commissions, and the breaking up of these ethnic neighborhoods with their traditional political machines is another example of a progressive success. That there was less fraud, there was less waste, or at least the fraud and the waste went different places, I suppose. But this was considered to be a major success.